kind of want to win this election and you're not the guy. But the RNC is not, and technically it not, do anything about it. In fact, we have a viewer question here from Raezehel. I don't know if that is, your name. I cannot pronounce it, unfortunately. But anyway, the question is, do you think the RNC will actually replace him as their nominee, or even time to do so? The answer is yes, there's plenty of time to do so. The other answer is, will they? Because technically, right now, the way the rules are, they can't. But here's the funny part. The RNC, they make up their own rules for their primaries, for their caucuses, for their convention, and for who can be their nominee. Years ago, I believe it was. Maybe it was sooner than that. But anyway, a time ago, they put a rule in place. 2016 nominating convention. You remember that? Ted Cruz walks out on stage, gives his speech, and then tells all the delegates, vote your conscience. Not vote for the person who won your state, vote your conscience. After that the RNC said, okay, that's a problem, because we need to make sure that the person who won our primaries and caucuses, the nomination, so they implemented a new rule at the RNC, again, a couple years ago. And that new rule says that delegate for a state, like I'm a delegate from Florida, and Trump won my state, but I go, and instead of voting for Donald Trump, my vote for the person who did not win my state, it's not even counted, it's just thrown out, or it's gone. So, no, under the current rules of the RNC, they can't replace him. But you say, and I'll say this too, the RNC could simply change the rules. They could change it right now. They could change it tomorrow morning. The minutes on this issue, change the rules, come up with another nominee, right? Well, they could, except, a couple months ago, where he replaced the leadership of the RNC with his hand-picked cronies, Michael Whatley and Laura Trump. Do you think either of those two idiots is going to change the rule to allow the delegates to vote for anybody else at that convention? No. And I'll tell you what, we already know this because a week ago, Michael Whatley actually went to Milwaukee, where the Republican to work out the logistics on how to handle the convention if Trump is in prison. So, already listen, even if the guy's in jail, he's our nominee. Even if we have to Skype him from New York State Penitentiary to go with him. All the while, Nikki Haley's probably sitting there like, are you serious? Really? Polls already show Nikki Haley can beat, she definitely is the runner-up. You could pick her. You could possibly win 2024 if you pick her. But no loser who may have to Skype into the